18 경기장 도시형.
All right, here we go, guys, for game number 6 now between Vile and FXO. We have Illusion spawning as our pink Terran player down here at the bottom left-hand corner of Darkness Falls. His opponent down at the bottom right-hand corner. Hailing from Team FXO, that is Choya. And I want to apologize, guys, just real quick. I am a big idiot and accidentally ran a commercial break there. Did not intend to, so blame it on me.
We just want more money. Yeah.
Well, anyway, so...
It's okay.
Yes. TVP
it happens
time
every
now.
once in a while.
Yep.
Hit the wrong button.
It does happen. Hit the wrong button. So here we go, guys. Now it is TVP. And like we said before, Choya just one game away from closing this out for his team. Illusion stands in the way, though. And Illusion has actually been a pretty good performer in these team events up to now.
Yep, but sometimes all it takes is a light wave of the hand to dispel an illusion. So will he have the permanence to stick around and take out Choya? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, man. I've heard a lot about this kid, but I don't think I've seen him play yet, honestly.
Oh, really? Okay, so, well, you're certainly going to get an introduction now.
Actually, I think I've seen a couple games of it, but
I think he played in the qualifiers a couple of times.
That's what I was thinking, yep.
But, yeah, I mean, the younger players that are actually making their rise right now just have such a bright future ahead of them as well. You know, a guy like Illusion, who is actually able to compete with some of the best players in the world, is only going to get better as time goes along. And when he hits his prime in a couple of years, who knows where we'll see him then. Other players come to mind as well. To a different degree, you think about the Leanox, the Creator Primes of the world, things like that, the Jockgees even, that have just such a bright future ahead of them in this game.
Yep, Maru Prime is another example of that. As a really young player that is quite talented. I'd love to see more games of him, and maybe we will now. We're going to have him go up against Maru, actually, in Code A, so that'll be cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It is going to be fun to watch.
It'll be neat.
Not
fun to cast for those guys. I feel bad for Wolf and Moletrap over there in Korea having to cast Maru versus Maru. That's not going to be a fun one for them, but should be fun for us to watch at least.
Yes.
Should be cool.
Yes, as a matter of fact. So they should just call him Mouse and Prime.
That's true.
Let's see here, though, as Choya not doing anything out of the ordinary quite yet. And Illusion, well, pretty much the same. Gasless FE is pretty good on this map, although, looks like Choya's going to move on through there. He is going to see the lack of gas.
Got right in there. Slippery butter probe and just self-destructs apparently. Well, that was probably a Marine, but
yeah, that's what they do.
I'd like to think that they're kind of like the spy droids in Empire Strikes Back, that you just like tap them and they explode to try to destroy the evidence.
And
Imperial probe droids, you know.
Bunkers are, oh yeah, and especially, did you ever play Shadows of the Empire for the Nintendo 64?
Of course I did.
Thank you.
Come on, man.
The easiest things ever to kill, ever. So.
Oh yeah, well of course. Yeah, why would you not play that game?
I don't know.
Anyone who had a Nintendo 64 and lived at that time and had that game played that game.
Shadows of the Empire, Perfect Dark, GoldenEye, Mario 64.
Oh yeah.
Those were Super Smash Brothers. That's where it was at.
Did you ever play the Star Wars fighting game on PlayStation, the 3D one?
I never did.
That was so ridiculous.
Did have the Super Nintendo Star Wars game though.
You have like Chewbacca deflecting lightsabers with his arms. I mean, I don't know if that quite works, guys. I don't know if that's canon.
that's pretty awesome. As a matter of fact,
he's pretty strong, man. I don't know if he's that strong.
And 4 barracks coming up now for Illusion, as that bunker up at the front is enough to hold the Stalker and Zealot at bay. This is a very, very large map, but not unreasonably so, and can make for some pretty compelling macro games. Looks like actually 1 gate Robo Twilight Council off of 1 base so far for Choya.
Yep, and he may decide to just blink it up, but look at that, letting Illusion see everything. Very, very big misstep by Choya there. And the thing is that this is obviously it probably was intended to be originally some sort of 1 base. He may change that now that he's kind of been seen, but well, that's 4 gateways though.
Yes,
so
it is.
I think it's I think it's going to be some sort of blink timing, I suppose. There's blink. All right, and FXO.Choya going back to his roots, doing a 1 base. And we'll have to see if it's good enough to take out Illusion. Illusion playing very standard, though, in the meantime, getting that Stim pack upgrade. But I don't think Stim is going to get up in time for him to hold off this rush, honestly.
Now, Blink does have a use on this map. It won't get you, well, I don't know. There's some cliff line that actually runs directly to the main, but right around here, you have this little patch going from the 4th to the natural that is actually abusable. So we're going to see if Choya takes advantage of that.
Yep. Blink about halfway done. There's the Observer to give vision to Choya when he decides to move out. And, yeah, I think Illusion is going to need a couple more bunkers, but in fact he is not. He's actually going to move out with this.
Wow.
Okay, so trying to put some pressure on his opponent instead. That may come back to haunt him, but if he can keep Choya pinned in his base and keep himself defended at home to whatever Choya happens to warp in, it could go pretty well for him. And, oh, looks like the armies just kind of passing each other in the middle of the map there.
Are, because you have multiple attack paths here out of vision of the Xel'Naga Tower. There's actually a pretty good possibility that players are going to do something like that. Choya really doesn't have a lot up right now, though.
Not really, no.
Illusion making his way through, and he's just going to waltz his way right up the ramp.
Yes, he is, but is Choya going to be able to warp in enough to defend that? That's the question. Choya moving into the natural of Illusion right now. That is an empty bunker. That's not going to help at all, and he's just going to walk right up into the main. He can camp the production facilities now. Oh, but the pylon taken out.
Oh, my
and that is all the gateways. No more units for Choya, and all Illusion really needs to do now is make sure no more pylons get warped in. All he needs to do is handle those stalkers, and he has this game. Wow, I think Illusion is going to do it. I don't think Choya can win this one.
Yeah, I mean, Choya just literally cannot produce anything else right now. He's already moved all of his probes away.
Probes.
And,
Goodbye,
probes. See you later. Have a good one. Okay, get back to mining.
Probes.
Yes, now he realizes that they're there. But Illusion can just sit here and slowly whittle away at this army with whatever modicum of mining that he has left. Because he has 2 bases, he can just pick up and move.
Illusion can also just pick up his buildings and go to the corners of the map, too. Yeah. All right, only 4 probes left. Choya has a few more at his Nexus. Illusion deciding to try to get in there and kill the units. I don't know if that's really the best call, as he could, you know, like I mentioned, just pick up and leave and take the base trade at this point. That might be the better decision. And, yeah, because Choya is just going to be able to blink right out of here. So this game may actually continue. Wow.
Well, we're going to find out, see what Illusion has to offer. Looks like he was trying to split up his units there. He has actually fallen slightly behind in supply now. Choya back up to 9 units. It looks like Choya's just going to try and take this head on. Nice shot by Illusion to just close. And the Stalkers are actually taking a ton of damage, and they are all going to fall.
Yeah, I guess they are. I mean, Choya was trying to micro there for a little bit. I was a little bit worried for Illusion for a moment, but he did come out on top. More SCVs being taken out. What's the worker count right now? It can't be very high for either player.
9 to 9.
Oh, well, there you go.
But Illusion has 2 bases, and that's pretty darn good for him right now because he can replenish those so quickly, especially with mules. I mean, his income rate is actually not too bad right now.
That is. However, Choya's pylon is still hidden above Illusion's base, so he will be able to continue pushing if he wants to. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like Illusion should have taken the base trade. Obviously, his buildings could escape. Choya's could not. Could have killed all the probes.
Choya was thinking about blinking into the main there, or into the natural. I'm sorry. Yeah, medevac there, though, plus these Marines, that's going to be enough to start slowly pushing. Oh, wow. He actually has enough there to start pushing those back, but looks like he is just going to be a little bit safer and pull back into the natural.
Yeah, well, Illusion is still in a great spot. I mean, like you said, he's got 2 command centers. He's able to make his army back a lot faster than Choya can. And, you know, he should really just pick up that starport and just move it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
I guess he just wants to keep those units there for a little while so he can maybe move up with the Marauders, but I agree with you. I mean, eventually that's going to have to go.
Well, if Choya doesn't put any pressure on it, I suppose he can leave it there. But you know, he had no add-ons. There's no reason to kind of hang on to it, I guess. Concussive Shell just finishing now for Illusion, so that'll make his army quite a bit stronger. Stim, I believe, did need to be restarted. I think Choya killed the tech lab that was doing that initially. And, oh, is Choya going to blink up there? Looks like he's not.
Only a little bit of the way done, though, for Stim. There's the Dark Shrine. I was wondering if one was going to pop up for Choya as kind of a last-ditch effort there. Looks like he's going to be able to get this bunker kill, though. No, getting repaired by Illusion at the last second.
It's the biggest fight over an empty bunker I've ever seen.
No kidding. That's gone down a couple of times.
When you are a Terran player and you're in Illusion's position right now where you know you've nearly killed a Protoss player, you know he's very, very far behind, one of the first things you always want to do is build an engineering bay and build a turret, because if you don't, you might lose to DTs and feel dumb. Oh no, losing the tech lab that was building Stim again.
Yeah, it was 130 seconds of the way done too, so that was very nearly finished.
Such a long upgrade to have to start over too.
Empty bunker once again. Hey, it has something in it this time.
The medevacs.
Oh, he gets away though, and it looks like those are going to be repaired up here in just a second. 56 supply to 32 at the moment. That Dark Shrine still a little bit away, and DTs are not, you know, completely devoid of what am I trying to think of here? They cost minerals to make as well. It's not just gas. That's what I'm trying to say in English, meaning that he's not going to be able to get a ton of them out there. So Why did my grasp of the English language just fail me all of a sudden?
I don't know. Choya's maneuvering with his stalkers is just kind of mind-numbing a little bit.
I suppose.
So, yeah, here's the thing. I mean, I hope Illusion puts down an engineering base soon. I hope he saves some scans. There's always a temptation not to when you're in this position because you need those mules. You want to keep your economy going. You hate seeing your barracks just sitting there and not making anything.
Sure.
But I hate seeing my things die to DTs. I can't do anything about more. There we go. There's the missile turret. Excellent. Okay, so this should be perfectly fine. You know, unless Choya somehow like sneaks a pylon next to his base and warps in on the high ground and bypasses the turret, shouldn't be any problem at all. GG. There it is. A nice little drop from Illusion to end the game. Wow, nicely done by Illusion. He stayed safe.